Deep in the ocean, where sunlight barely reaches and much remains unknown, live creatures so strange they almost seem unreal. At times, fishermen have pulled up these astonishing animals, capturing rare and unforgettable moments that challenge what we know about life in the sea. With that in mind, here are 20 terrifying catches and discoveries made by fishermen. Number 20. Pale mystery. During a calm day at sea, a fisherman was enjoying the tranquility when something unusual caught his eye in the distance. A large pale creature emerged from the depths. At first, he thought it might be a manatee, but its behavior and shape were different. The creature, ghostly white, swam slowly as if it were simply exploring the waters. Its smooth, translucent skin seemed to glow under the sun, giving it an otherworldly appearance. Although the fisherman wanted to get a closer look, fear prompted him to speed up his boat and keep a safe distance. The creature, showing no interest in the boat, submerged again into the water, vanishing as if it had never been there. This sighting left the fisherman wondering if he had witnessed a rare species or perhaps something undocumented by science. Encounters like this are a reminder of how many mysteries still remain hidden beneath the waves. Number 19. The white halibut. On what seemed like an ordinary fishing day, a fisherman received an extraordinary gift from the ocean. He had caught many fish that day, but what he pulled from his nets at the end was something he had never seen before. A large halibut with features that made it truly unique. This halibut had a white hue that contrasted sharply with the usual brown parts of its skin. Even stranger, some areas were so translucent that it seemed as if you could see inside it. To add to the mystery, its eyes were unusually large and bulging, giving it an appearance many described as alien-like. Although the fisherman was used to seeing common halibut, he knew this one was special. He decided to take pictures of the fish before releasing it back into the water, respecting its natural habitat. This encounter not only highlighted the ocean's incredible diversity but also served as a reminder that nature always has surprises in store for those who venture to explore it. Number 18. Surprise in the Bahamas. A group of friends was enjoying a relaxing day of fishing in the Bahamas, exploring the marine depths. Everything was going smoothly until they had an unexpected visitor, a massive tiger shark estimated to be around 14 feet long and weighing approximately 1,000 pounds. The predator left everyone breathless. The encounter began unexpectedly when the group caught a reef shark. Before they could celebrate, the tiger shark appeared out of nowhere, instantly stealing the spotlight. After an intense struggle to bring it close to the boat, the fishermen were able to observe the magnificent animal up close. Despite the chance to claim their catch, they chose to release it back into the sea, ensuring this ocean giant could continue roaming the waters. The experience served as a thrilling reminder of the power and majesty of marine predators. Number 17. A surprising anglerfish. During a family outing in search of tuna, they made an unexpected and unforgettable discovery. While reeling in their lines, they noticed something unusual at the end of one. What emerged from the water was a fish that looked like it belonged in a science fiction story. A 14-pound anglerfish, known for its enormous mouth and terrifying appearance. Anglerfish are among the strangest creatures of the deep ocean, where light barely penetrates. These fish often use a bioluminescent appendage on their heads to lure prey in the darkness, making them stealthy and effective hunters. The family, amazed by the rarity of their catch, decided to keep it as a unique memento. This discovery highlights how little we know about the depths and the extraordinary creatures that call them home. Number 16. Giant gelatinous being. On a calm afternoon at sea, a sailor experienced an encounter that defied everything he had seen before. While rowing, his or touched something large and slippery on the water's surface. Intrigued, he leaned in for a closer look and discovered a creature that seemed straight out of another world. It was long like a snake, but its body was entirely transparent, allowing him to see tiny structures inside that resembled seeds floating in a viscous liquid. The sailor, puzzled, captured a video of the strange being and shared it online. Comments poured in, with many speculating about what it could be. Some experts suggested it was a salp, a barrel-shaped marine animal that propels itself by pumping water through its gelatinous body and feeds on microscopic organisms. This mysterious encounter not only left everyone intrigued, but also served as a reminder of how little we know about the ocean's most unusual inhabitants. Now it's time for today's topic. Off the coast of Western Australia, a group of fishermen stumbled upon something that has left the scientific community stunned and the public terrified. Floating lifelessly near their vessel was the massive body of an unknown shark, so enormous it dwarfed their 30-foot boat. The discovery was made about 25 miles off Exmouth, an area well known for whale sharks but never for anything of this scale. The carcass bore strange features that set it apart from any living species. Its body stretched over 50 feet, with deep scars running across its flanks, as though it had been attacked by something even larger. The jaws, partly exposed, revealed layers of broken but enormous teeth, sparking speculation that this was no ordinary shark. Some crew members, experienced with great whites, insisted it was far too large and too deformed to belong to any known species. Marine authorities were quickly notified, and samples were collected for analysis. While some experts suggest the body may be an oversized great white that bloated after death, others are pointing toward the possibility of a prehistoric relic, perhaps even linked to the long-extinct megalodon. For now, the remains have reignited one chilling question. What else could still be lurking in the unexplored depths of the ocean? Number 15. The cyclops fish. In a moment that felt like stepping into a world of fantasy, a team of marine researchers discovered one of the most unusual specimens ever recorded. A fish with a single eye centered perfectly on its head. Dubbed the cyclops fish, this small but bizarre creature quickly became the talk of both scientific and social circles. Found in controlled laboratory conditions while studying deep-sea life, the fish's appearance was nothing short of extraordinary. Its elongated body, covered in a rough brownish texture, was already unusual. However, its defining feature was its solitary, perfectly round eye, which gave it an almost mythical aura. The condition responsible for this, known as cyclopia, is an extremely rare genetic mutation that occurs during embryonic development, preventing the eyes from dividing into two separate structures. Scientists were captivated by the discovery, theorizing that this particular specimen could belong to an unexplored family of deep-sea fish. The creature's peculiar anatomy suggested adaptations suited to the crushing pressures and pitch-black environment of the ocean's depths. When footage of the cyclops fish was shared online, it sparked a frenzy of reactions. Viewers were astonished by the bizarre yet mesmerizing creature, with many comparing it to creatures from folklore or even alien life forms. Beyond the spectacle, the discovery highlighted the biodiversity of our oceans and the vast number of species that remain unstudied. This one-eyed wonder reminds us that nature's creativity knows no bounds, and it continues to fuel our fascination with the uncharted frontiers of the deep sea. Number 14. An encounter with mermaids. On March 6, 2013, a team of scientists was exploring the icy waters off the coast of Greenland when something completely unexpected occurred. As their submarine navigated the dim marine depths, a humanoid figure emerged from the shadows. With agile movements, it approached the vehicle, allowing the team to observe details that seemed straight out of myth. Webbed hands, pale skin, and features resembling the mermaids of legend. Astonished, the scientists recorded the encounter, and the video quickly sparked intense debate. Upon returning to the surface, they presented the footage to Danish authorities, who, though skeptical, did not dismiss the discovery. The event led to the suspension of oil drilling in Greenland, citing the need to protect the natural environment. While many questioned the video's authenticity, the scientists maintained that what they saw was neither a hallucination nor any known animal. The ocean continues to prove that no matter how advanced our technology becomes, its depths hold secrets that defy our understanding. Number 13. Fishing surprise in Norway. A group of friends decided to spend the day fishing off the coast of Norway. Filled with excitement and high expectations, they cast their lines, hoping to catch a good-sized fish. What they reeled in, however, far exceeded their expectations. One of them, the camp leader, felt an enormous tug on his line, requiring all his strength to pull it in. When they finally brought the fish close to the boat, they were completely stunned. It was a giant halibut measuring 230 centimeters, 7.5 feet, long, and weighing about 160 kilograms, 352 pounds, roughly the combined weight of two adults. While the catch was an incredible feat, the group decided to release the halibut back into the sea, respecting marine life and allowing the magnificent creature to remain in its natural habitat. This day would undoubtedly be remembered as an unforgettable adventure. Number 12. Creature with bulging eyes. In the deep waters of the ocean, a group of fishermen had an encounter that made them doubt their own eyes. While checking their nets, they pulled out a fish with features so unusual it seemed straight out of a science fiction movie. It had enormous, bulging eyes that appeared ready to pop out of its head. The fishermen identified the strange fish as a pomfret, a species that resides in the dark depths of the ocean, more than 1,600 feet below the surface, where immense pressure and total darkness prevail. These extreme conditions explain its peculiar appearance, as its disproportionate eyes are adapted to capture the faint bioluminescent light in its environment. The biggest surprise came when they cleaned the fish. Inside its body, they discovered a pearl, a rare and valuable find. This unexpected treasure turned the day into something even more remarkable. Although the fish ultimately ended up as lunch, the fishermen will never forget this encounter that combined the bizarre with the fortunate. Number 11. Lost prize in North Carolina. The Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament in North Carolina is one of the most prestigious and lucrative events in sport fishing. During one edition of the tournament, a crew appeared to achieve every angler's dream, They landed a 619-pound blue marlin, a catch worthy of $1 million prize. Excitement filled the air as their boat docked. The crowd cheered, convinced they had secured the $3.5 million prize. However, the celebration came to an abrupt halt when tournament officials inspected the marlin and discovered bite marks on its body. According to the tournament's strict rules, any fish damaged by other marine animals is automatically disqualified. The boat's captain described the outcome as a tough pill to swallow after battling the marlin for 6 grueling hours. This story highlights not only the intensity of sport fishing, but also how the smallest detail can drastically change the outcome of a major victory. Number 10. The cadaver fish of the river. At a serene riverside location, a group of sailors experienced one of the most unsettling surprises of their lives. While standing by the shore, they noticed unusual movement in the water. At first glance, it appeared to be an ordinary fish swimming near the surface. However, upon closer inspection, the reality was far more disturbing. The fish had fins and a tail that seemed normal, but what made it utterly bizarre was its head, which resembled an inverted skull with a sinister appearance. The pale texture and color of its skin gave it a macabre look, like a floating corpse. The sailors couldn't believe what they were seeing and began questioning whether this was a new species of fish, a deformed animal, or perhaps some unknown type of spillover. After swimming near the surface for a few minutes, the creature disappeared beneath the water, leaving the witnesses with more questions than answers. This encounter serves as a reminder that rivers and lakes still hide creatures that challenge our imagination. The next time you're near a river, keep your eyes wide open. The next strange encounter might be closer than you think. Number 9. The ocean's surprise. A group of fishermen cast their nets expecting a routine catch, perhaps a decent haul of fish. But what they pulled up that morning was something entirely unexpected. Amid the movement of the net emerged a humanoid figure with webbed hands, desperately struggling to break free. The fishermen, incredulous and somewhat frightened, observed the creature for a few seconds before making a decision to release it back into the sea. The encounter lasted only a few minutes, but it was enough to leave everyone present with more questions than answered. What was that creature? A mermaid like those from myths and legends? Though they failed to capture any visual evidence, the witnesses insist that what they experienced was as real as it was inexplicable. Such encounters fuel curiosity and the mystery surrounding the ocean depths, reminding us how much remains to be discovered in the planet's hidden corners. Number 8. A giant surprise. On July 15, 2022, a group of fishermen experienced a day they would never forget. They were enjoying a peaceful outing on the water when they felt a massive tug on their line. At first, they thought they had hooked a shark or even snagged the anchor on something hidden below, but as the line strained and the boat rocked, they realized this was no ordinary catch. The rod bent nearly in half, and it took several men working together just to hold the line steady as the creature fought back from the depths. Curious onlookers from nearby boats began circling closer, shouting words of encouragement as the struggle continued for what felt like hours. Then, as the surface of the water began to churn, a flash of silver broke through the waves, glimmering in the sunlight like a blade of steel. Gasps filled the air as the fishermen caught their first glimpse of its endless, ribbon-like body twisting gracefully beneath the surface. With every heave, the creature revealed more of itself, stretching longer and longer until its full 16-foot form finally emerged. Its massive eyes seemed to stare back at the stunned crowd, reflecting an ancient, otherworldly wisdom from the deep. Some whispered nervously about legends that described oarfish as harbingers of earthquakes and tsunamis, adding an eerie layer of superstition to the encounter. After an intense struggle, what emerged from the depths was a 16-foot-long fish that left everyone speechless. The fish turned out to be an oarfish, renowned for its massive size and its peculiar elongated shape that gives it the appearance of a giant ribbon. Oarfish are enigmatic creatures that are rarely seen by humans, as they typically inhabit great depths. Although catching it was thrilling, it also posed a logistical challenge due to its size and weight. In the end, the fishermen decided to release it, allowing this incredible creature to return to its deep-sea home. This encounter, beyond being a unique memory, fuels the legends surrounding the mysterious denizens of the oceans. Number 7. The massive catch. Off the coast of Java, fishing is both a challenge and a time-honored tradition. An experienced fisherman and his sons embarked on a fishing trip, hoping for a significant haul. Equipped with lines stretching over 1,500 meters into the water, they were prepared for anything. What happened next, however, exceeded their wildest expectations. After hours of waiting, they felt an enormous tug on their line. The line tightened so violently that the wooden boat groaned under the pressure, and the fishermen's sons clung to the sides to keep their balance. Sweat ran down their faces as they fought the unseen giant beneath the waves, each pull of the creature nearly yanking the rod from their hands. Birds circled overhead as if sensing the chaos brewing below, while the waves began to churn more violently around them. The fisherman barked orders to his sons, his voice steady even as the strain bent the rods dangerously close to snapping. Minutes stretched into hours, and the tension grew unbearable, every moment testing their strength and willpower. At one point, the shark breached the surface, thrashing its massive tail and sending a wall of seawater crashing into the boat, nearly toppling one of the sons overboard. The sight of its striped body glistening in the sunlight confirmed what they already feared. They were up against a tiger shark of colossal size. Villagers on shore who later heard the tale would describe it as a battle between man and sea itself, the kind of story that becomes legend. What followed was an epic battle. A tiger shark over 5 meters, 16 feet, long emerged from the water. The struggle lasted hours, with waves threatening to capsize their small boat. Finally, they managed to secure the shark, whose meat would feed the family for weeks. This encounter serves as a reminder of the deep connection between fishermen and the ocean, where every catch is a testament to resilience and skill. Number 6. A surprise with teeth. Imagine catching a fish that looks straight out of a horror movie. That's exactly what happened to a group of fishermen in the frigid waters of the North Atlantic, when they hauled in a catch that left everyone speechless. As they checked their lines, something heavy tugged forcefully. When they reeled it in, a massive wolfish surfaced. The creature thrashed violently as it broke the surface, its jaws snapping with enough force to crush shells and bones with ease. The fishermen gasped at its monstrous teeth, some curved like fangs, others jagged like shards of broken glass. One of the men remarked that it looked more like a prehistoric beast than anything that should still exist in today's oceans. Its bulging eyes glistened in the cold morning light, giving it a menacing stare that seemed almost unnatural. For a brief moment, silence fell on the boat as everyone took in the surreal sight, unsure whether to fear the animal or admire it. They quickly measured the catch and realized it was far larger than any wolfish they had ever seen, an apex specimen in every sense. The air was filled with a mix of excitement and unease, the crew knowing they had just witnessed something few fishermen ever get to see in their lifetimes. As the fish settled on the deck, its muscular body flexed and rippled, showing the raw power it possessed even out of the water. This marine predator, with its robust head and jaws filled with razor-sharp teeth, was both intimidating and fascinating. The fishermen carefully examined it, admiring its tough scales and unique features that make it a true survivor of the deep. Despite its fearsome appearance, they recognized the wolfish's critical role in the marine ecosystem. After a few moments of awe, the brave fishermen released the wolfish back into the water, ensuring the giant safely returned to its home in the depths. Number 5. The faceless fish. In 2017, a team of Australian scientists embarked on an expedition in the Pacific Ocean, exploring depths over 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles, below the surface. In this zone where sunlight never penetrates and water pressure is crushingly high, they encountered a discovery straight out of a sci-fi movie, a faceless fish. This peculiar creature appeared to lack visible eyes, a nose, or a mouth. Its elongated, translucent body seemed to envelop it like a ghostly figure gliding through the dark waters. The team was stunned into silence, with some comparing the eerie fish to something from a nightmare. Cameras captured the surreal sight, and the footage quickly spread among the scientific community, igniting debates about just how many other strange forms might lurk at such depths. Several crew members noted that the fish's movements were oddly graceful, almost hypnotic, as though it drifted effortlessly through the crushing darkness. Its skin reflected faint glimmers of light from the submersible, enhancing its spectral appearance. For many of the scientists, it was a reminder that the deep sea remains the least explored frontier on Earth, where evolution has sculpted creatures that defy imagination. Some even suggested that the faceless fish could represent a lineage that has barely changed in millions of years, a living fossil hidden beneath the waves. Its presence was proof that the ocean still holds secrets capable of humbling even the most seasoned researchers. The scientists identified it as a Gelatinous nasus, an extremely rare species known colloquially as the faceless fish. While initially it seemed to lack a mouth, researchers observed that its mouth was concealed on the underside of its body, allowing it to feed on sediments from the seabed. First documented over a century ago, this fish remains an enigma to marine biologists. Its supernatural appearance highlights how marine creatures adapt in unimaginable ways to survive even in the planet's most inhospitable environments. Number 4. The mystery of the giant isopod. During a calm day of fishing, Kyle Mugg, an experienced fisherman with over 30 years in the trade, experienced something he never imagined. While reeling in his line, he noticed he had caught something completely unusual. As he pulled it up, he discovered a creature that looked like it was from another planet. A segmented body covered in a hard shell with multiple legs underneath that moved in synchronized rhythm. The creature's armored plates shimmered in the sunlight, creating an almost metallic gleam that made it look more machine than animal. Kyle's first reaction was disbelief, as he had spent decades pulling up fish, squid, and crabs, but never something so alien in appearance. Other fishermen nearby crowded around, snapping photos and speculating wildly about whether it could be a mutated species, or even something undiscovered. Children at the dock gawked at the sight, while older locals recalled old sea legends about iron bugs that guarded treasures at the bottom of the ocean. The isopod twitched its legs in eerie unison, giving the impression that it was still trying to burrow back into the unseen depths from which it came. It was a giant isopod, a distant relative of shrimp and crabs that inhabits the deep sea. These creatures, which can grow to remarkable sizes, are known as the armored tanks of the ocean because of their tough exoskeleton that protects them in extreme environments. However, it's rare to see them near the surface, making this discovery even more remarkable. The encounter not only left Kyle astounded, but also sparked interest among experts who pointed out that these species are an incredible example of the hidden biodiversity of the deep sea. Number 3. The mysterious creature off the coast of Thailand. In the serene waters off the coast of Thailand in 2023, a group of local fishermen stumbled upon something truly out of the ordinary. At first, the shadow in the water appeared to be nothing more than a large piece of driftwood. But as their boat drew nearer, they realized they had encountered something entirely unknown, a creature that defied all expectations. This enigmatic being was unlike anything the fishermen had ever seen. Its massive, bulbous head seemed disproportionately large compared to its slender body, giving it an almost otherworldly silhouette. Its large, reflective eyes protruded in an unsettling way, resembling something straight out of a science fiction tale. The most striking feature, however, was its mouth, an enormous jaw that opened to reveal rows of razor-sharp teeth, each perfectly aligned like the blades of a saw. The fishermen, both terrified and mesmerized, managed to capture fleeting footage of the creature before it disappeared back into the depths. Marine biologists who reviewed the footage were left scratching their heads, debating whether this was an undiscovered species, a rare mutation, or perhaps even a remnant of some ancient lineage thought long extinct. Social media exploded with theories, ranging from plausible explanations like deep-sea fish surfacing due to warming waters to wilder suggestions of extraterrestrial origins. Whatever the truth may be, this encounter highlights the unfathomable mysteries lurking within our oceans, sparking excitement and curiosity across the globe. Number 2. The elephant fish. In the calm waters of a remote river, a local fisherman had an unforgettable encounter. He pulled in a fish that looked like it had leaped straight out of a cartoon. It had an elongated trunk resembling that of an elephant and large, round eyes that gave it a comical yet endearing expression. Word of the odd fish spread quickly through the nearby village, drawing curious neighbors who gathered to catch a glimpse of the unusual catch. Some whispered that it might be a mystical river spirit, while others joked that it looked like a character from a children's storybook. The fisherman himself was torn between amusement and wonder, unsure if he had stumbled upon something entirely unknown. As more people came to see it, children laughed and pointed while elders warned that strange creatures often carried deeper meanings in local folklore. By evening, the fish had become the talk of the community, its exaggerated features sparking debates that blended science, myth, and imagination. Intrigued by his catch, the fisherman brought it home to study and show his neighbors. Local experts soon identified the creature as a member of the Mormiridae family, commonly known as elephant fish, native to Africa. These species use their trunk-like snout not only to forage for food at the river bottom, but also as a sensory tool to detect electric impulses. What made this particular fish special was the exaggerated size of its trunk and its pronounced facial features, which seemed more distinctive than those of other members of its species. This discovery captivated the fishermen and served as a reminder that our rivers and oceans remain habitats brimming with surprises and wonders waiting to be uncovered. Number 1. A giant squid emerges in Ireland's waters. The rugged coastline of Ireland became the stage for a remarkable discovery in 2023 that had the scientific community buzzing. A family of seasoned fishermen, accustomed to hauling in all manner of sea life, experienced the catch of a lifetime when they pulled aboard a giant squid measuring a staggering 20 feet from tentacle to tail. Giant squid sightings are exceedingly rare, with only 7 confirmed catches recorded in Irish waters over the past 350 years. The rarity of the event was compounded by another unusual twist. This was the second giant squid spotted in the same region within just 2 months. Such a pattern is virtually unheard of and has prompted intense speculation among marine scientists. Experts theorize that these deep-dwelling giants, usually residing at depths exceeding 3,000 feet, may be surfacing due to disruptions in their habitat, such as changing ocean currents or temperature fluctuations. Some even speculate that the abundance of prey near the surface could be drawing these elusive creatures out of their twilight world. The family recorded their inspiring discovery on video, capturing every detail of the squid's writhing tentacles and immense size, and the footage quickly went viral. The images evoke tales of the mythical kraken, a sea monster of legend said to terrorize sailors, blurring the lines between folklore and reality. This event serves as a humbling reminder of how much of the deep ocean remains unexplored, leaving room for imagination and awe with every new discovery. We've come to the end of this journey through the mysteries and wonders of the aquatic world. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which creature amazed or surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We always enjoy reading them. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to see our upcoming videos filled with amazing stories and curiosity. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.